Good evening. What is your name, please?
Good evening, sir. My name is Gautam.
Acha. Gautam, you are coming
Yeah,
from which place?
yeah. I'm from Mumbai. I've been born and brought up in Mumbai. I'm from Mumbai.
I think you are very proud to be a Bombayite, correct?
Yeah.
ऐसा तो होता है because I
Hmm.
am very happy about being a Madrasi and
Okay.
you are very happy about being a Bombayite. Good. पिताजी क्या काम करते
Coming to my family background, my parents separated when I was in school. So, I've been brought up by my mother, and she was a college teacher. She retired as a college teacher. She used to teach 11th and 12th standard economics, and she has corrected 12th standard board papers for several years. And coming to my father, he used to be jobless for a long time, and I remember that used to cause a lot of financial crunch at home, and that used to cause a lot of fights between my parents. So, having said that, I would say that I've never seen my mother sitting idle. She would after post her college teaching hour, she would come home, she would take tuition, she would teach me, and she would even do the household work. So I all her qualities have rubbed off on me. Be it being responsible, being mentally strong, being sincere, and honest in whatever work I do. Yeah.
That is
Thank you,
true.
sir.
Um, I think आप थोड़ा ज़्यादा बात बोल रहे हैं. In the sense,
Okay, okay, okay.
I know you are not, you are unhappy over your father
No, no,
deserting
no,
you.
not like that, not like that, not like that.
No,
Just I'm mentioning my family background. Like when I say it, like
no,
if
no,
I just limit, yeah,
it is sufficient you say. My parents separated long back. So I
okay,
have been brought up by my mother only, and my
mother,
mother is a retired college professor or teacher, and
okay,
she teaches this. You don't have to tell them she has corrected 12th paper and all that.
oh, oh, okay, okay,
Because what extra advantage it gives you by
mm,
that? We are not
mm,
going to discuss 12th paper now.
mm.
Do you follow what I say?
Yeah, yeah, correct, correct,
समझ गया? Right.
correct,
How
correct.
old are
Okay,
you?
I'm 30.
What are you doing nowadays?
So I quit my job for preparing for government exams. So coming to my background, post my MBA in finance, I got placed in an investment bank, Morgan Stanley. So over here, I worked as a fund accountant, and during this time, I gained insight into alternative investments, honed my accounting skills, and during this time, I got to know about Sidbi and its ability to boost entrepreneurship through its fund of fund operations. So after a year, I quit my job and I decided to concentrate full time in preparing for Sidbi Grade A.
Good. So is it that Sidbi Grade A exam only you are writing, or you are writing other bank exams also?
I am writing other bank exams, but Sidbi Grade A has always been my focus since my interest and skills align with it.
Why have you
With
not
regards to the
cleared other bank or insurance exams?
Sir, it's just few months since I've been preparing, and my focus has specifically been Sidbi, and because of which I've been devotedly studying with regards to it, preparing and studying with regards to Sidbi.
Mhm. Acha, good.
Yes.
You studied MBA finance.
Yeah, yes, sir.
What did you study in MBA finance?
So, MBA, I pursued my MBA in business analytics with specialization in finance. So, in MBA, learned about data management, about artificial intelligence, about machine learning, about deep learning, and statistics, application of statistics, so as to purify the data and make sure that the data is efficient and utilized for efficient decision making. My specialization has been finance. The core subject has been finance, where I've learned about financial management, accounting, and various ways by which my financial knowledge can be applied on data, which is useful for decision making.
Good. Now, you said you were working in some investment banker and all that.
Correct,
I
correct.
am not very familiar with what is investment bankers functions. Can you elaborate?
Sure. So investment banking involves complex financial transactions such as mergers and IPO underwriting. Investment banks, there are several global investment banks such as Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley. So some of the functions include issue of IPO. So whenever a company goes public, so these investment bankers engage themselves in compliances and underwriting of issues of shares and help these companies in going public. Then with regards to follow-up of offering of stock, these investment banks again come into the picture. Then with regards to issuing debt, with the issuing equity, these investment banks help in acquainting the company with regards to the rules and regulations which is prevalent, so that they comply with the SEBI regulations and make sure that the stock option stock listing is done successfully. And apart from that, they also engage themselves in financial restructurings, private placements, and mergers and acquisitions.
Were you able to save some money during your schedule in the previous organization?
Yes, yes. So post 1 year, I made sure that I had enough savings so that I could focus fully on government exams.
How long did you work in that investment company?
I worked for 1 year. So I was placed as a summer
When when
intern.
when
Yeah,
when did you complete your degree?
2023.
Oh, not bad, not bad. Good. That's not a bad profile. It's a good profile. Yeah, good.
Okay.
Now, what did you do with the money you saved? You used it for day-to-day expenses,
Correct.
or
For
you
my
used it for investment purposes?
With the money I saved, I used a few. I actually segregated my money into three parts. One for certain percentage of money, say 30 to 40%, I made sure I invested in mutual funds. Certain percentage of money I used for day-to-day expenses. Certain percentage of money I earmarked for my education expenses, coaching class expenses, notes, preparations, and library fees. So this is how
Good.
I segregated my money.
Excellent. That's a good thing. Now, can you elaborate about your investments for mutual funds?
Hmm.
That is, you will have to explain about what is a
Hmm.
mutual fund, which
Okay.
mutual funds you preferred.
Hmm.
So, which type of fund did you prefer and why? And
Hmm.
what are the other types of mutual fund investments that are there in the market? Why you did not prefer going for individual financing in industries or
Hmm.
companies?
Hmm.
Something like that. You need to talk.
Okay. Okay. Sure. So, mutual funds basically refers to a fund set up by a company wherein it pools in investments from a group of investors, from many investors, millions of investors into the fund, and the fund manager utilizes this money into investing in profitable companies, in companies which he thinks has the potential for growth, and make sure that he maximizes these investments and provides profits and gains for his investors. So if for a mutual fund, the deposit accepted from an investor is as low as rupees 500. So with just with rupees 500, you can enter a mutual fund, you can invest in a mutual fund, and based on the Sensex, based on the stock markets ups and downs, you can see your funds growing. So mutual fund has always been a safe option wherein not only there is capital growth, but there is also a growth of your profits. So there is capital growth in profits, and as well as the growth in capital contribution, as well as there is profits increase in your investments. So this is with regards to mutual funds. So I specifically keeping my tax liability in mind, I invested in equity linked savings scheme, that is ELSS. So which comes within with a lock-in period of 3 years, and it provides us a tax reduction of ETC. So the maximum amount which can be invested is rupees 1,50,000. So I made sure that I invested in ATC so that I could reduce my tax liability and I could bring it under within the no tax liability bracket. And so that was the first thing with regards to ELSS, and since it has got completely 100% equity, so there is a lot of potential of growth. So equity is somewhere where a person who has a high risk profile, who can take risks, can invest in an equity linked scheme, so that he can he can make sure that there are maximum returns. As they say, higher the risk causes higher the risk results in higher the returns. So it helps in increasing his returns. Apart from that, there are debt mutual funds wherein it provides in fixed returns on being invested. Then there are combination of debt and equity funds, then which are called as hybrid funds. Then there are gilt funds, which are government funds based on government bonds and stocks, funds which are invested in government-backed securities. So these are the various types of funds, and I've been focused on equity since being younger in age. I can easily make sure that I have a good risk appetite, and I can make sure that I can maximize my investments.
Good. That is good. Is it that you started investing in mutual fund while working in the company itself?
Correct, correct, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh,
Immediately
but
invested right from day
nowadays,
one from my salary.
nowadays there is no need for you to go because you are not employed. Up to 12
Correct.
lakhs, everything is exempted from tax.
Correct. As per the recent budget, but that will come into effect only from April 2025. The budget
Yeah,
will be
yeah.
applicable only from when income is earned from April
April.
2025.
Yeah.
So the slabs up to rupees 7 lakh, 10 lakh is applicable as per the previous
Now, what
budget.
is the
Will
present
be taxed.
provision? Supposing you make some
Hmm.
gains, capital gains in that, should
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
pay tax or will you
Hmm.
be
So
exempted from tax?
So long-term capital gains up to rupees 1 lakh is exempted. So the gains
Oh,
which you make on selling up to 1 lakh is exempted. Post 1 lakh, it's taxable. So
oh.
it depends on on the gains which you make on the selling of your mutual funds.
And if your total income is going to be less than 12 lakhs, I
Hmm.
think you will get it refunded. Correct?
Yeah, you can claim, but no, sir, I don't think you will get refunded because capital gains come under separate head. So the 12 lakh income which you earn is based on your
It's
salaries,
only
your
for
income from.
income tax. Only for income tax.
Yeah, for income tax, for income, no, sir, the gains which you're saying, capital gains, that's a completely different scenario when you're calculating your total income. So capital gains, where the long-term capital gains, you need to pay irrespective of your income because that's a separate part. Your other income, say your salary, say your income from house property, rent, income from other sources, which includes bank FD, all these combined together, if it is less than 12 lakhs, you're exempted. But long-term capital gains will be charged on it.
Mhm,
So be it selling of shares, be it selling of property, house property, residential property, anything which accrues long-term capital gains or short-term capital gains, that is taxable separately. So that accrues
mhm.
tax.
Good. Now you want to come to SIDB.
Hmm. Yes, sir.
Where is SIDB? What is SIDB? Why is SIDB? When is SIDB? How is SIDB?
Okay, so SIDBI is Small Industries Development Bank of India, which was set up by an Act of Parliament on April 1990. So SIDBI, the main functions of SIDBI is to ensure promotion, development, and effective competition among MSMEs. So SIDBI ensures that the MSMEs are handheld and make sure that they are provided financial assistance in a timely manner so as to boost entrepreneurship and economic development of the country. As we all know that MSME is the second largest employer after agriculture in India, which employs more than 140 crore people in its sector. So it is very essential, vital for the government to handhold these MSMEs to protect them, to provide them for timely financial assistance so that they blossom and they increase in the national income GDP of the country and also provide also generate many employment opportunities. So having this idea in mind, Sidbi has come into picture. So Sidbi performs various functions such as direct lending. It provides direct lending to the MSMEs. Then Sidbi also provides loans with regards to Mudra loans such as Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. Under the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, there are four types of loans which are Shishu, Kishore, Tarun and Tarun Plus, which accounts up to rupees 20 lakhs. SIDBI provides these loans. Apart from that, there are indirect lending, wherein SIDBI indirectly lends to the banks, and these banks further they provide loans for these MSMEs. So there is indirect lending. Apart from that, SIDBI makes sure that the competition is equitable between MSMEs so that there is no unjust competition between MSMEs. SIDBI also promotes exports of goods of these MSMEs so that so as to ensure handsome returns for these MSME organizations. And yeah, these are the functions of SIDBI.
Mhm. Good. Um, Who is the MD and CEO of Sidbi or
So
chairman?
the present chairman of Sidbi is Shri Manoj Mittal, and there are two MDs. One is Sugata Datta, and another. I'm not able to recount.
No, no, but don't
Yeah,
commit yourself like this. You tell only the
correct.
first name and
Fine,
stop.
fine.
That's fine.
Manoj Mittal. The chairman is under Manoj Mittal.
Yeah.
Shri Manoj
Now,
Mittal.
Sidbi is under which ministry?
It's under Ministry of Finance. Sidbi comes under Ministry of Finance.
Yeah. You said Sidbi is
Hmm.
making direct finance
Hmm. Correct.
and also giving refinance.
Hmm. Refinance agency. Yeah.
Why are they doing these two? Why should they not leave it entirely to the banks for
Hmm.
them to do the financing, for these people to do only refinancing? What is the logic for it? Number two, is there
Hmm.
any minimum amount about which only SIDBI will take care?
Hmm. So, Sidbi actually, Sidbi comes into the picture because it needs to regulate these banks, and it makes sure that these banks provide a certain percentage of loans for MSMEs. Since MSMEs are also sunrise sectors, and they are priority sectors. They come under the priority sector lending, and banks need to be regulated so as to provide loans to these MSME sectors, and they do not avoid and so that they do not neglect these MSME sectors. So SIDBI comes into the picture and makes sure that certain percentage of loan has to be provided to these banks. So it's very essential that SIDBI comes into this picture. And apart from that, SIDBI also helps the government, helps the Ministry of MSME, sends a representative, has a representative in the Ministry of MSME, and also provides time to time advice to the Ministry of MSME in allocation of funds and in implementation of various plans which the MSME brings out for the benefit of MSMEs. So
Are
SIDBI
you, yeah,
acts
very,
a
very
yeah.
good. Are you seeing something on the screen now? No.
Yeah. Now I'm able to see. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 minute. Mm, because this is very vast area.
Correct. Correct. Yeah, sir.
Please
So
read
so
please read this.
yeah.
SIDBI engages in.
Um. Where exactly, sir? You are.
Yeah,
Can you
here, are you not
shuttle
seeing it
your
now?
mouse or the
Are you not seeing it now?
SIDBI? Yeah, I'm seeing it's just the definition of SIDBI. SIDBI engage. Okay. SIDBI engages in direct finance to provide loans and financial assistance to MSMEs to fill the credit gap that often exists for these businesses in the market, allowing them to access funding that might not be readily available through traditional commercial banks due to their perceived higher risk profile.
So actually,
Essentially, SID. Yeah.
for the question I
Okay.
asked, your
Okay.
answers would have been this credit gap.
Okay. To fill
I
the
don't
credit
know
gap.
whether there is really credit gap or not, but that's what
Mm-hmm.
they say.
To
The
fill the credit
credit
gap
gap
of MSMEs.
and
Mm-hmm.
also uh, because readily funds are not available. So, like that, you can
Mm-hmm.
tell this. Then, key
Okay.
points about direct financing, addressing credit gaps, supporting innovation and growth, variety of loan schemes, promoting entrepreneurship. It's
Mm-hmm.
nothing new, but आपने you were talking about it very much in detail. उतना detail
Mm-hmm.
नहीं चाहिए. You
Okay.
tell the
Okay.
basic ideas only. That will do.
Okay.
Acha,
Okay.
I have put you as a
Mm.
member of which group? Any group I put it? Put you?
Uh,
No,
Sir, you have put me. No, 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 not any group. No, no.
not any group.
I mean, I'm a part of two WhatsApp group. That newspaper
What
WhatsApp
what's
group.
that group? Which group?
UBI, LBO, Federal Bank,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
POCSA.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That group
Okay.
and N2 newspapers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Two.
that will do. I want to know where to provide this material so that in case of need, you
Mm-hmm.
can also see that later on. Good, very good. You are able to answer very well. One, you have
Mm-hmm.
very good English.
Okay. Okay,
But of
sir.
course, in Sidbi, there is no need for English. They'll be happy with
Hmm.
Hindi also.
Correct. Correct.
So you are able to communicate very well. That's a good
Hmm.
thing. Now let
Hindi
me
has
go
also
for,
been provided as a medium of
yeah.
language
Now let
for
me go
interview.
for some of the stale questions that are appearing here.
Okay.
How does a lender assess the repayment capacity of a borrower?
How does the lender assess the repayment capacity of the borrower? Okay, so okay, so the first thing, the lender has to assess the credit worthiness of the borrower. So he needs to obtain the documents of the borrower. He needs to obtain the documents of the borrower, such as his previous income tax return. He needs to obtain the previous 3 to 4 months salary slips of the borrower. He needs to ascertain whether ascertain any collateral security which the borrower can provide, be it his vehicle, be it any fixed property, his property, vehicle, or any gold instruments such as gold or shares, mutual funds, which he can provide as collateral security. So these are the ways by which the lender can ascertain the credit worthiness of the borrower. And apart from that, he also needs to look at his CIBIL report. So based on these, he can come to the conclusion that the borrower is the right person for which loan can be ascertained, um, can be provided for.
In your anxiety to give the correct answer, what you started doing, you said income tax return and all that, and then
Mm,
salary slip and all. See, in
mm,
the case of MSMEs, they are enterprises themselves. So, what you
mhm.
should have asked for from them is the balance sheet.
Sir, income tax return contains the balance sheet and profit and loss account. For an MSME, whenever they file return, along with your income tax, they have to attach an audited balance sheet, profit and loss and
So,
balance
but
sheet
okay, very good.
for
In that
MSMEs.
case, you please mention about that balance sheet also,
Okay,
because
okay.
as
Financial
a
statements.
finance
Yeah.
person,
Mm-hmm.
I want you to use certain terminologies which are associated with the finance,
Hmm. Okay.
like
Okay.
balance sheet,
Hmm.
ratio analysis,
Ratio analysis. Yeah.
cash
Hmm.
flow, funds flow, projection,
Hmm.
something like that. I don't know. So, Thoda, you should
Mm-hmm. Correct.
project as if you know uh,
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
banking,
Yeah.
you know credit
Mm-hmm.
management also.
Hmm. Correct. We keep
Okay.
this in mind. Yeah. That would be a better thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now, what are the various schemes of SIDB? Direct
The
schemes of direct schemes of SIDB.
Okay. So coming to direct schemes of SIDBI, there is Swavlamban scheme, which promotes
No,
entrepreneurs, which helps.
or I will show you this, and can you talk
Okay.
about it? In
Okay.
reality, of course, they will not show it
Hmm.
like this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you talk on this?
MSME.
Require MSME loan. What is it?
Hmm.
Apply something like that. They are telling. What is it? You will talk on that.
So machinery loan,
No, no. But about all
sorry.
these things, you must
Hmm.
know. For
Yeah.
example,
Mm-hmm. Working
Arey
capital
Baba, so
loan,
many
machine.
are coming.
Yeah, there are four, sir. Green finance loan, MSME loan, machinery loan. Yeah, these are the four. And we can easily see this. Green finance
Uh-huh.
loan will be for green investments where sustainability comes into account, where ESG related ESG comes into account, that is environment, social and governance. These would be come into account. So those companies, MSMEs, which are focused on a greener future and sustainability, the SIDBI funds them with regards to
Mm,
that.
mm.
So that would come into account, and then yeah, the numbers would come into account. Up to rupees 50 crore.
Another one.
75 crore.
Other
Yeah,
schemes.
yeah. Other scheme would be working capital loan that SIDBI funds the working capital of these MSMEs. So working capital is the difference of current assets minus current liabilities, which is the net assets. So working capital is essential for a company for an MSME to ensure that its debtors, its creditors, its stocks are moving currently are moving at a positive rate. So if it's a positive working capital, that means the MSME is functioning well, and it's functioning well to its best capacity. So working capital loan can be provided. So make sure then that the MSME grows. So
What
it's
is
a yeah.
what is this working capital? Swift. Swift means kya?
Okay, yeah, that I'll have to
Swift
read in the.
step.
These
Is
are the
there any
business.
different?
I guess
Is
within
there
the
any
working capital,
difference?
these are the types of loan: Swift and
Working
Step.
capital key features.
Hmm.
Swift, that is also same thing is only there.
Hmm.
Step, that is also same thing is there. What is
Hmm.
it about? Please go through that.
Okay. So they've just mentioned the numbers, right? Only Swift and
Yeah.
Step. Okay.
Yeah. Tell me about Sidbi women entrepreneurship.
Okay. So yeah, the recently just yesterday, 8th March Sunday was Women's Day, where Sidbi also conducted a workshop for workshop recognizing its women employees in its head offices in Mumbai and Lucknow. So coming to women entrepreneurship, Sidbi has time to time provided and encouraged women entrepreneurs in its various schemes. So Sidbi runs Yashaswini campaign for women entrepreneurs, providing them knowledge and knowledge about various schemes which SIDBI runs with regards to MSME entrepreneurs. With regard to PMEGP scheme, Pradhan Mantri Employment Generation Program, SIDBI provides 15% discount for 15% subsidy for women entrepreneurs and enlists women entrepreneurs under special category. And there are certain schemes where SIDBI makes sure that around 10% of goods should be purchased from women entrepreneurs by the sellers. And even with regards to export, women entrepreneurs are given preference and are placed in the special category, special categories, so that and their MSMEs are handheld throughout. So SIDBI has always
What
placed
is the
importance to women entrepreneurs.
concept of credit spread?
Credit spread. Pardon, sir, I'm not aware of it. I'll have to read on it.
Credit spread means distributing money to different types of industries. Under
Okay,
MSME
diversification. It's like
itself, there
credit
may be,
diversification. So it
yeah,
becomes credit diversification.
yeah,
Different types of industries.
yeah,
It
yeah.
becomes. Okay, okay,
How does
okay, sir.
credit insurance work in a financial institution's portfolio? Credit
Hmm.
insurance nahi hai. I think here we have to speak about credit guarantee scheme. Please talk
हाँ,
to me
okay.
about latest improvements in budget regarding
हाँ, हाँ,
definition
yeah,
of
yes, sir.
MSME and definition of the guarantees. Last
Yes.
question for this. Please tell me.
Yes, sir, as per the Union Budget 25-26, the amount has been increased with regards to classification of MSMEs and credit guarantee schemes. Coming to the classification of MSMEs for micro enterprises, the investment in plant and machinery should not exceed rupees 5 crore, rupees 2.5 crores, and in turnover should not exceed 10 crores. Coming to small enterprises, investment in plant and machinery should not exceed rupees 25 crores and turnover should not exceed rupees 100 crores. And coming to medium micro small coming to medium enterprises, investment in plant and machinery should not exceed rupees 250 crores and the turnover should not exceed 500 crores. So these are the categories by which MSMEs can be classified based on their investment in plant and machinery and turnover. Coming to the credit guarantee scheme, with regards to credit guarantee, the amount has been raised to 10 crores and 20 crores. 10 crores and 20 crore, 10 crores for MSMEs and 20 crores for startups as per
Mhm.
the recent budget.
Good. You are answering very well. Absolutely no problem. But supposing I want to ask some question
Hmm.
from
Okay, sir.
the latest magazine. mm, Latest magazine. Yeah, let me ask some question to
Sir, the
know
magazine
whether.
you have provided, sir, that
Yeah,
magazine. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Just now, I know whether you are able to correlate with them and remember some of them because even
Okay.
I have not seen what they are.
Hmm. I have to make notes
Ah,
on these.
yeah, yeah. 1 minute. 8 December 24, February 25.
February 25.
February 25. Uh, what is the present repo rate?
Uh, Present repo rate, see, 6.2%, I guess. 6.2%.
6.25.
Yeah, 6.2%,
But
around 6.
here,
Okay.
here repo rate is not altered. Here it was
Okay.
altered only in February, so it contains 6.5. Now everything has come down by 0.25. 6.25, 6%. Then MSF
Okay.
6.5, bank rate 6.5,
Five,
reverse
five. Okay.
repo continues to be 3.35,
CRR
CRR
continues to
continues
remain
4 and
4%. Yeah.
80. Good.
SLR 18%. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to
What is
take
the total
liquidation.
foreign exchange reserve of our country roughly?
Oh, sir, I'll have to read on that. Yeah.
Yeah. It is given. As on $629.55 billion,
billion.
as
Hmm.
on 24/1. Now things would have changed.
But sir,
Now,
okay, you have to
now
see the
I think
March magazine. Okay.
no, the March magazine. I don't know whether it is there. It was there, I think so. A lot of things are there, Baba. You can go through and read them. Credit
Hmm.
information report, customer service grievance redressal. Mm, no, I'm just trying to find out whether I can ask some question. Acha, how did you prepare for this objective exam? Which books did you use?
Okay, so Sidbi objective exam, Sidbi was in two levels. We had phase one and phase two. So phase one had quant reasoning and English, that was through normal sources. And with regards to MSMEs, we had notes. I had certain class notes I had with me with regards to Sidbi and finance. I myself come from the finance background, so I've got notes with regards to finance, and that was quite manageable for me. With regards to MSME, I had certain class notes which I utilized them, made my own notes, and I could easily answer and clear the exams.
Who has assumed the charge as CEO of UIDAI recently? What is UIDAI?
I Insurance Development Authority, I guess. You no no, that is
U,
IRDA. You
U,
UID. Okay, Aadhaar card. Aadhaar UIDAI.
correct.
That's Aadhaar.
Who
Okay.
is the person who has taken charge?
I'll see you. I'll have to
Doesn't
read on
matter.
this.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Which state has secured the top rank in Niti Aayog's Fiscal Health Index? But no, no, why I am showing you this,
Hmm.
such questions can
Okay.
also, you can see here.
So, sir, but these are totally random questions, not even
Yeah, yeah,
related to this.
yeah, yeah. I know. I'm not telling you are not suitable for being selected.
Okay.
For example, a question like this, the minimum export performance of a three-star export house is 50 million. Even I don't know.
Oh, nodal bank officer.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. What is net, last
Okay.
question. What is net
Hmm.
working capital?
A net working capital is current assets minus current liabilities. CA minus CL, sir, it's mentioned.
CA
NWC.
minus CL
That
or
is current
long
assets
term
minus
source?
current liabilities. Yeah.
Very good. That's all. What is gross NPA and net NPA figure of any bank?
Okay. Gross NPA and net NPA. Sir, NPA, I'm aware that any loan which is not paid for more than 90 days, which crosses 90 days, it comes under NPA. So, sir, I'm not aware of net NPA, sir. Gross NPA
Yeah.
and
So
net.
you have to study about them.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
actually, NPA
Yeah.
means an amount which loan account which is not repaid for 90 days from the
90
due
days.
date.
Yeah.
Then, after the account becomes NPA, as
Hmm.
per IRAC norms, banks
Hmm.
have to provide, depending on whether it is a secured advance or a unsecured advance. So, provisions will have to be made. Not only that, from that quarter, the interest debited in that loan account will not be taken to income account of the bank. So
Okay.
now there are two losses. One, you are not only getting interest for the particular quarter for the amount lent by you. Two, you are going to provide for funds which have become NPA. So this now the figure GNPA is total NPA, that is total
Hmm.
advances which have become NPA
NPA,
is known as
non-performing.
gross NPA.
Okay.
Imagine our total advances are 10,000 crores,
Hmm.
and imagine our NPA figure is 900 crores.
Okay.
So now the provision, imagine we are making 400 crores.
Hmm.
Now
Hmm.
GNPA is 900,
Provision is
NNPA
400.
is
Okay.
NNPA is now how much? 500.
500. 500 crores.
500. What
Okay.
is
So minus the
GNPA?
provision.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
Minus the
is
provision.
GNPA percentage? GNPA percentage means in our case,
900 divided by
900 divided by 10,000 into
10,000.
100.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Similarly, NNPA percentage means,
That is 500 crores divided by 10,000.
yeah,
Hmm.
that's all. Good. This is what it is. So maybe you have to
Okay,
study
got it.
something more also.
Yeah,
Please
yeah,
go
I'll do that.
to
Definitely.
magazines to know what it, it is telling you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Best
okay.
wishes. You have
Okay,
done
sir. Thank you.
exceedingly well. Let us
Okay,
see
sir.
how
Thank you, sir.
things move on in the days to come. Thank
Okay,
you.
sir. Okay. Sir, I have
But
another interview also with you. I will
yeah,
like
yeah.
book for two interviews.
I
Yeah.
will, there will be two mock interviews.
Yeah, yeah.
One now, another one after you are knowing the real date, so that
Okay.
there will be seriousness in whatever we
Mm-hmm.
are.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
And please go through current affairs, newspapers
Okay. Yeah.
about Bombay, about Maharashtra, about
Hmm.
industries,
Mm-hmm.
about MSME. Invariably, they ask questions like, say, what is the contribution of MSME to employment, contribution of MSME to GDP,
Mm-hmm.
contribution of MSME to export, like
Exports.
that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those things also you must be ready.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Fine.
You
Thank you.
did well. You did well.
Oh, thank you.
Best
Thank you.
wishes.
Thank you.